Good evening, Professor. Good evening, class. My name is Michael Cassell, and I'll be presenting my Contemporary Business Leader project. So, I interviewed a friend of mine, mentor of mine, and former active duty airman and current deputy wing commander of Detachment 025 of the Air Force ROTC unit, Arizona State University. I'll be analyzing his leadership style using organizational behavior concepts like leadership theory, our bases, servant leadership, and entrepreneurial mindset. I'll compare Reese's leadership to General James Mattis, who is well renowned for his military leadership philosophies. Through my presentation, I will connect Reese's leadership experiences in the Air Force Reserve Officer Corps to leadership concepts we know to demonstrate his unique perspective on leadership within the organization. So, Reese currently serves as Deputy Wing Commander at Det 025, Arizona State University. In this role, he helps cadets for the whole semester, and he leads over 230 and he oversees all of the operations. So the success of the operations lie on him and his partner, their vision and the mission they set, and that they define how the semester will go. In total, Reese has about 7 years of combined military and leadership experience, which includes 4 years active duty and three in ROTC leadership positions. He is tasked with the development of young leaders, organizational planning, mentorship, and maintaining standards in the wing of professionalism and excellence. I chose to interview Reese because he has been a tremendous mentor in my life and within ROTC, and I know he has done the same for others and even our organization's culture. He is very confident leader and capable of handling any obstacles. In the interview, Reese states that his greatest achievements would be his individualized mentorship of a young cadet in the ROTC program. When he first encountered the cadet, he was a low to mid performing cadet in the wing who struggled with confidence, going above and beyond, and connecting with his peers. Reese saw potential in him, similar to when he found myself a few years back, and through one on one mentorship, he got him out of his shell and more engaged. He keyed in on his mindset and helped him identify his purpose and place in the detachment. With this new perspective, he became a top performer and a great wingman to his peers. His confidence has grown tremendously. His participation has increased in ROTC events, and his presence is felt much more. How this stands out as an important achievement is that Reese has done this for many cadets, including myself, and through changing the lives of a few, those people go on to uplift those around them. This creates a positive culture shift in the organization, brings up the morale, standards, and accountability of people's own actions and impacts on those around them. Many can attest to Reese's leadership affecting themselves or the organization, which is something not any leaders can attest to. The next, servant leadership. These four traits, empathy, integrity, accountability, and communication, are all core servant leadership principles that Reese has demonstrated to varying degrees. In the interview, Reese rated himself very high in these categories and identified the importance of the categories too. His empathy is shown with being able and seeking to genuinely understand the mindset and struggles of those around him. He doesn't judge them on their performance initially and looks for potential. This is evident in how he saw this young cadet falling short of standards and saw a need to build him up. This integrity is evident in how he maintains the professional and personal relationship with those around him and that he connects with. Accountability is shown with how he holds himself accountable to lead by example and inspire others to want to lead and carry themselves to his standard. Communication is important in how he communicates with his mentees, addresses the wing, or handles unique situations. How he conducts himself plays a direct role in how the message is received. The next is the challenge and dilemma. Reese told me that a dilemma that and challenge that he was faced with actually occurred very recently. The cadets who will take over his job and other leadership roles in the detachment have been applying and sending in their bids. A very clear rule is turning in your application late disqualifies you. No exceptions. This policy disqualified one cadet last year for turning in his bid 2 minutes late. Recently, one cadet turned hers in late, and instead of immediately disqualifying her, he asked why and delved further. He believes we're all human and prone to error and mistakes. He heard her out and empathized with her situation. He put it up to a vote with all the other applicants, whether she should be DQ'd or not. And it was voted she could remain in the running. He feels that there should be a balance between strict standards and understanding people deal with unique situations every day. You have to make an ethical decision and balance standards with empathy, which requires strong convictions and being a confident leader. Through Reese's leadership, he identified two power bases he uses, being referent and legitimate power. Referent power comes from respect, trust, and personal influence, not just a rank he may have. In our wing, Reese has built a culture of mentorship, consistency, and a strong friendship bonds. It's fun and rewarding being around him and learning. Legitimate power comes from his rank and role in the organization. The deputy wing commander is the second highest role in the wing of 230 cadets. He makes important decisions every day, enforces standards, and guides the wing. Reese does not purely rely on his rank. He leads based on his character that people respect and take to heart. And faced with this ethical dilemma, his rank gave him the power to make a choice, but people trusted him and believed that he was going to make the fair choice because they know his character and intentions. Reese's leadership and character has had a tremendous impact not only on numerous cadets, but the wing as a whole. He demonstrated fairness in a tough situation where he could have easily disregarded personal feelings and went according to the book. He believes things aren't always black and white and chooses to ensure everyone is heard. It requires strength to make unpopular decisions when things are uncertain. He's found a balance in fairness and standards that cadets and future generations will use. The cadets that take over his role next semester may show grace like he did and hear others out when it's difficult to. This creates a healthy climate where other people aren't afraid to voice their situations and feel safe with their leadership. This is an ongoing culture shift that will pass down for years, and the freshmen in the program will hopefully pass down when they are seniors. It's a cycle that will impact future classes for years to come. The mission, vision, and entrepreneurial mindset. The Air Force ROTC mission statement is develop Air and Space Force leaders of character when we expect to fight and win our nation's wars. The Air Force already has clearly defined missions and visions for us to follow. Reese is in charge of a wing of 230 cadets that are all striving to serve as officers in our Air Force. He is responsible not only for just commissioning officers, but for forging them into capable individuals that are strong and resilient of character, convictions, and values. These cadets will go on to impact not just the detachment in future years, but thousands of airmen and the capabilities of our nation. He identified his entrepreneurial mindset as a 9 out of 10. This is apparent in how military review boards are enthused to read when airmen make large impacts with little resources used, or they generate money through and resources through their process. So Reese found ways to impact cadets without spending money by devoting his time. Having this mindset means innovating and finding new ways to uplift others. The Reese's leadership is best defined as transformational with elements of servant and inspirational leadership. Transformational leadership is described as being a visionary, team centric, engaging, inspiring, inclusive, and emotionally intelligent. Reese doesn't let preconceived notions prevent him from investing in people at their lowest. He's extremely inclusive and finds ways to bring people together at all times. This is also a bit of servant leadership in how he prioritizes others over himself. Even being one of the most important people in the detachment, he found a sophomore to mentor and build up. Through this and his character, he has inspirational leadership by being an example to others and making real life connections with everyone around him. The Watkins and General Mattis are both military leaders that share many core values. Reese operates on a smaller scale and gets to go form bonds and connections with those around him. General Mattis leads on a strategic and national level with his role as former Secretary of Defense and being a Marine Corps general. General Mattis has been described as having the goal of empowering subordinates through training of fundamentals in order to trust them to execute tasks autonomously. Reese acts in a similar way by building people up so that they could be trusted as leaders by their peers and so that they could find people to influence one day as well. General Mattis applies his leadership to the organization as a whole, being the nation, and Reese executes this on a more personal level. Now, leadership lessons. So, through my analysis of Reese's leadership, he has revealed much about how leaders could shape the environments around them. Culture and climate are the first to be impacted. You can make small, large, and all around ethical decisions that can impact not only one person, but the whole organization. You need to think about second and third order effects of your actions. Also, having a clear vision and direction helps guide you and your actions. With this guidance, your mentees know that they are striving and building what they're striving and building towards. Last, being a self advocate. Reese shared with me he didn't advocate enough for himself early in his career, even being a top performer. Advocating means you're more confident and you get to display your leadership and abilities to more people and have a chance to positively impact them. And this wraps up my presentation, and these are my works cited. Thank you.